Alright everyone, welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial here on the channel, and this video is dedicated to the new Minecraft shelves you can get in the game. So these were added in the most recent update to Minecraft, the Copper Age update. I'm in Minecraft 121.10 on the Java edition, but if you're in Bedrock as well, it should also help just with the general info, because they are exactly the same between the two editions of the game. But I'm going to be teaching you how to make them, how to craft them, and how to use them as well, because they're not just, for storing items. They actually have some other uses as well I'm going to show you in this video. But first off, I need to show you how to craft them. So if you are new to the game, you may not know how to strip log blocks in the game. So you can get logs from trees when in the world naturally, but what you can also do is strip the log. So if you use an axe and right click on or interact with the log, it should strip the bark off the log, and you then have these stripped log blocks. And that is what you need in order to make a shelf block in the game. So it makes 6 shelves. As you can see, we're using 6 of the stripped oak log here. And you can use this with all the other wood variants. So we have some oak shelves here. We have spruce, we have birch, and we have the cherry oak logs as well. So it's quite nice having the pink effect as well. But you can see they have lots of different styles and colors and just the different vibes, which is also pretty epic. And as you can see, each of the shelves has 3 item slots you can store stuff into. So in the general case, if you just have a shelf by themselves, it can store a stack in each of the 3 slots. So as you can see here, I can put a stack of potatoes on this shelf here, and you can also store 1 non-stackable item. So I can put this diamond sword right here. And it does actually matter where you put the item. So you can see you have to place it in the slot you want to do. It doesn't automatically fill them up one by one. You actually have to specify which slot you want each of them to be in. So that's essentially how that works. And it's quite nice to have them on display. Essentially, they are a slightly bigger item frame, kind of a bit more of a more useful item frame in the game. And one thing to bear in mind as well is that you can only take an item off the shelf if you have an empty hand. So if you click with another item, you can see it actually switches with whatever is in the slot. So also bear that in mind. And you can see you can store, blocks, items, all sorts of things in these shelves here. Now, that's how to generally use them, but there are also some other things you can do with shelves. So you can also power them with redstone. So I've just powered these shelves from the back with some repeaters here. And you can see here that they have actually changed, and the backing of the shelves has actually, changed state. And these shelves are now powered. So one thing you can do with these shelves is that if you have 3 shelves in a row like this of the same type, what you can actually do is if you then interact with the shelves, it actually tries to swap items in your hotbars. You can see right there. So if we get some items back right here, we can do a full load here. Let's get a full hotbar with all these tools here. And if we interact here, all of our hotbar goes on the shelves here. And then we can do the same and take it away. So this only happens if the shelves are actually powered. Now, one thing that's pretty cool about this is that actually it very much, changes depending on how much power is actually delivered to the shelves. So if I get rid of this repeater here, one of them is now unpowered. And if we then interact with this, it only does 6 of the slots on the hotbar. So it works from the rightmost slot in your inventory in the hotbar and then fills the items up, as you can see right there. And if we remove this other repeater right here, it only has one powered and it will only do the swords, as you can see right there. So that is one particular use of the shelves, is that you can do this sort of thing and you can do this sort of like cool stuff, I guess. Now, another thing to bear in mind as well is that you can actually swap entire contents of the shelves with the hotbar. So if I put all my items up there and then fill my hotbar with these items from the shelves here, we can actually swap the entire content. So it's a pretty nice little feature. Nothing in Minecraft actually has this. And as you can see, boom, there we go. It's so satisfying to actually have this. But as you can see, we can swap entire contents in just one click. Pretty epic, I must say. pretty cool. So that is the main utility about like the storage and how you can sort of interact with it and use it. But there are some other things I want to go through with you as well. So shelves could also interact with hoppers and dropper blocks. So with a hopper, you can put an item in here and it should go into the shelves right here if there's actually space, and I guess if the same sort of item type is actually inside. And with the dropper, you can shoot items into the shelves as well. So if we put some, I don't know, some apples in here and shoot this, you can see that it actually places an apple inside. So two things are possible using the hopper and the dropper blocks with those redstone components. Now, there is one more thing I want to show you when it comes to the shelf block. So there are 3 slots on a shelf in Minecraft. And if you attach a comparator, a redstone comparator to the back, it actually outputs different power levels depending on what you actually do. So how this works is that if you fill the first slot with an item, it does a power level of 1. If you do the second one, it does 2. And then if you do the third, it does 4. Now, if you do all of them at the same time, it goes up in increments. So if we do the first 2, we get 3. And if we do all of them, we get a power level of 7, as you can see right there. So that's just mostly for like redstone purposes, I guess you could say. You could probably integrate this as like a combination lock with redstone, probably using this kind of thing. But that is how a shelf block in Minecraft actually interacts with a comparator. All right, everyone, thank you for watching this shelf tutorial here on the channel. If you did enjoy this video and you learned something new, especially if you're a new and returning player to the game, please show some love on the video and the channel. It would be very much appreciated. I would not be able to do this without you guys. But if you want to follow my socials, they are on screen and in the description. And if there's any other tutorials you want me to do, let me know in the comments down below and I may do it for a future video. Stay happy and healthy, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.